We're back. FOO-OLOGY podcast. We're here with the homie Brown Gorilla, man. It's been an interesting week, bro. It's been pretty eventful. Man, we've been posting those clips. We posted that Trump clip, what is it, yesterday?
Yeah.
And then all the people started, they started hating on it and everything like that. But it's like that message we're trying to say. It's like neither here nor there, you know? We're not trying to be pro right wing or pro left wing. It's like the whole message is see things clearly for yourself. I think the raza has always been used as a chess piece. They're trying to just use the community and like either one. So it's better to see things clearly than to like be too influenced by all that. But I don't know. They were commenting all crazy. What do you think about that?
That's funny, bro. Yeah, I mean, especially when you talk about politics, you know that they're gonna always hate on you, bro. You know, like it's your opinion too. But bro, to be honest, I don't even read comments, bro. Like, because it's like I don't really care about it, bro, too much. You know, you're always gonna have the red and the blue, and it's like we're divided more than ever, bro. Like if you could just tell right there by the comments, bro. Like they're like, oh yeah, whatever this and that and that. I'm like, man, who gives a shit, bro? Like you're still a bum anyway, bro. Like you're still, you know, like
That's true,
that politics shit. Like I try to stay away from because you know, it's a dirty ass game, bro. You know, and like you get nothing good from. And if you you like focus more on one side, you're gonna, you know, you're like, oh yeah, they do the right thing and all that. I'm just like, man, they're just dividing you right there at that moment, bro. For us, we're by ourselves, bro. Who gives a shit about red or blue, bro? Like,
think for yourself. See things for yourself, you know?
Yeah, things for yourself until fucking the president gives you fucking $4,000 checks every month. Then I'll be like, oh shit, you know,
more than that,
yeah, or whatever, bro. Like everybody, I mean, they're not gonna fucking save you, bro.
They're not here to save you, huh?
Yeah, go like any of the Trumpers, whatever decide to fuck you on, bro. Like I don't really give a fuck about. We're all like one human, bro. Like
that's true.
It doesn't bug me, bro. Like I have friends that like Trump, and I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't really care what side you are on, bro. Like it. Like I say, I always judge you on your character, who you are, bro. Like
that makes sense, and that's a good point. That's a good point to make because I think it divides. Everybody's divided. You know, everybody's like, especially the Mexican community is always divided between, you know, left or right, and you got these crazy Mexican community members that are all super pro Trump. Oh yeah, Trump this, Trump that, and then there's the other ones that are like super against it. And I think that. I think it's part of a whole propaganda too, you know, like it's just trying to divide a community up. And I think that people need to take their own power back and see both sides use you for a goal. They have a goal in mind and they're using you. You just get caught up in the middle of it. And when you start, you know, fighting each other and start saying, oh, you're this, you're that, you know, you're already caught up in the mess that they're trying to create.
The sauce,
better
bro.
to just you're lost in the sauce. It's better to just see things for what they are. You know, politicians are here to use you and to get ahead, and you gotta make sure you see through that bullshit. Basically,
they're actors in a way, bro. They gotta beat their own. You know?
But that reminds me of that other topic that we're talking about with all these, because you know, immediately once we started posting the Trump stuff. Immediately it was all racial comments, right? So it's interesting how that works. And then in the middle of the racist comments, you have the pro-Mexican Trumpers that are, oh, Latinos for Trump. And then you have all the real Trumpers that are like, oh, you fucking dirty-ass illegals. All this and that. And it's like, you just see what's going on there. It's pretty clear as day. But anyways, we can talk.
Shit, bro. I think it's just funny, bro.
It's funny. But you just see, man, I don't know what kind of person will support a group that's obviously
like
against them.
yeah.
It's a group that doesn't like you, man. I don't know what kind of pat on the back you want, but that's ridiculous, bro. You want a cookie? You want some brownie points? I don't know what you want, bro. But anyways. Oh,
that shit's funny, bro.
It reminded me of the lazy Mexican thing that we were talking about, bro.
Oh yeah,
because you know how they back in the day they also had bad propaganda with Mexicans, bro. You ever seen the the lazy Mexican statue. They have
Or
a
just-
sombrero, or
just
like they're
that.
sleeping under a sombrero shit.
Yeah. And they have that like at the restaurants too, right?
Yeah, everywhere.
That's how you be feeling after you eat that shit.
Yeah, that's how you be feeling after you eat a big ass
burrito, bro. For real, from that. Or anywhere, bro.
But you know what I heard is that, well, it's like a Mexican on their lunch break, bro. Like you see some of these workers on their lunch break, they'll be they look like the laziest fool ever because they'll just be having their hat and then they'll just be sleeping.
Yeah.
That became a whole racist shit back in the day, and even today. I mean, not actually nowadays they don't say anymore because I think people know Mexicans be working harder than every damn race.
Yeah, that's for damn sure, bro. Like, what's that one saying that? They be working like Mexicans, bro.
I know.
Everybody be saying that, bro.
I mean, it's part of the culture. I mean, if you ever work with some straight paisas, I don't know, I did too back in the day. And man, the work ethic is crazy, and they're still happy and they're still joking, man.
That's crazy.
And
yeah,
even hungover 5 times over, they're still chilling.
They're happy souls, bro.
I know, man.
They'd be hardworking. Yeah, I'm like, you know your dad, bro. You know my dad.
Yeah.
You know, my dad fucking is a hard ass worker, bro. Like,
yeah, in general, in every job that you go to,
My
all
mom-
the Mexicans working like crazy, bro.
yeah, my mom.
Yeah.
You know, be working like crazy, bro. And then at the same time, I think I was telling you, bro, that I mean, you got to pay bills and stuff too, right? But you could use all those hours that you're working for someone else and put them to yourself.
That's true.
But not everybody's like that too, right? But you got to do your own way, bro. But
yeah. Put that whole work. Yeah, that's true. That's what they say about the whole community, is that if you put that much work ethic on other people's business, why don't you put it on your own shit? So speaking about that Mexican cultures, or the Mexican lazy Mexican stuff,
yeah,
that kind of reminds me too of how they say all this kind of shit about the new the Chicanos or the USA Mexicans. And it reminded me, I think Mexicans like to play this little game of like, I'm the most Mexican person ever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, you're really proud to be Mexican, bro. Even the UFC fighters, like even a boxer, bro. Like when they fight, they it's like that Mexican style. Like they always say, if you fight like a Mexican, that's like something to look forward to, bro. Like, and not forward to, something to look up to, bro.
Like the heart.
The heart, yeah, exactly. The Aztec warrior shit, right?
There you go, man.
Like when you go in there and you're gonna fight a Mexican, you know what's gonna happen, bro. You know,
that's true. That's true.
like it's always a war, bro, because we bring it. And plus, yeah, they always say anyways, yeah, we're really proud of to be Mexican way. Like, I don't know anybody that, I mean, there's always some fucking knucklehead, bro, but
Yeah,
I'm proud to be hella fucking Mexican, bro. Even
that's
like,
true.
oh yeah, you don't speak Spanish shit.
You know how they say, all the people born here, they're like, oh, if I go to Mexico, they say I'm not from there, and when I'm over here, they call me a damn beaner, this and that.
Yeah, exactly, right?
What do you?
It's like we're fucking not from
belong.
here or
Not
over
from
there.
yeah.
Way.
That's a classic saying, bro, that they've been saying for a long time. It goes back decades, bro. They say that shit, but I think for me, I think part of the culture is to kind of give them the middle finger. Whoever says that, it's like, nah, you're not understanding the game, bro. The game is you tell the fuck out. Like, nah, bro, I'm more Mexican than you. I think that's the game of the culture. Is just like, you just say, nah, I'm more Mexican than you. It's just a one up every single time.
Yeah, it's like if you're Mexican growing up in Santana or Garden Grove, where the fuck, Orange County, basically. And people tell you like, oh yeah, you're not from here and you're from over there, and just if you're hearing it, just be like, you know what?
You just double down.
Yeah, just be like, man, just who gives a fuck? Fuck you, bro.
Like now I'm more Mexican.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, just be like, man, I'm Mexican. I don't give a fuck, bro.
I think I think the game is, even if you go to Mexico, you say, nah, I'm more Mexican than every Mexican. I think that's the attitude. I think that's the attitude that the culture. That's the game that people play within the culture, and if you don't get that, then you're always gonna feel like an outsider. You're always gonna feel like, oh, they don't accept me. They think I'm not this. They think I'm not that. But the thing is that there's nobody to accept you. There's nobody that's gonna come and give you a damn medal and be like, you're the most. There's nobody that exists like that, bro. You have to claim it yourself, or else you're always gonna feel like you're in the outside. But I think that's a funny thing that happens with all that shit. But
Yeah, that's crazy how it just all works, bro. How you could be born in another country and you're that specific race, and whoever
And
invented that stuff, whoever it's God or
it's just people. I
people
think
in
it's
general,
people,
but
bro.
like you're not allowed to go there or somewhere. I mean,
That's
all
funny, huh?
that bullshit, bro. Like if there wasn't like laws like that, bro, like you could just basically you're just a human, bro.
Oh, that's
Just a,
there you go.
It's like if there's no borders, bro. Like
There's no borders, no cultures.
yeah, no cultures, no borders. You'd like be walking around. I mean, they be speaking different languages, but you still, at the end of the day, if you had to work with them, you still you'll understand what they're trying to get, bro.
Yeah.
The point across.
That's true,
Because
bro.
there's always like if we go back to like the caveman days, bro, where they didn't even fucking understand
Language.
each other,
Yeah,
bro.
fuck, that's crazy. That's a good point.
Yeah, bro. Like
Language?
sign language. But if you're hungry, you just tell someone with your head, bro. Like, hey, I'm hungry.
You'd be grunting like
Or
a
yeah,
damn
yeah.
kid.
Or if there's someone out here, like with the, you pointing that direction, they know what's going on, bro. No culture, no borders. How would this world be, bro?
That'd be wild, man. A lot of the things with all this kind of stuff is that it's all made up, bro. Like all the culture shit, it's all made up in people's heads, and we all buy into it. That's what they say.
Damn, bro, that's a
And
good.
yeah, if you realize that it's all just a big game, then it kind of frees you in a way, because it is kind of like a game. 'Cause, yeah, it's just all made up, man. Like there's a lot of stuff that say that Mexican culture was made up by a bunch of people, like
Exactly
100 years ago. The government pushes you that, oh, you're Mexican, you're Mexican, you're Mexican, and then all of a sudden, a bunch of people start like being proud of it, and it becomes a whole culture thing. But it's a choice, it is a choice, and that's why I'm saying it's like when somebody tells you, hey, you're not Mexican, you just say, no, I am the most Mexican. Like, who's gonna stop you?
Yeah, right.
Nobody's gonna stop you. Nobody can claim it because it's made up.
That's true, bro. Yeah.
Being American is made up. Everything is made up. If back in the day Americans didn't exist, how did the Americans happen?
Exactly. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
They just have to make
If you
it up.
take it back, yeah, bro. That's
They
crazy.
have to go
as fuck.
to a new place and they just made it up. So
That's a good one. Yeah, bro. Just imagine that shit.
it's still
Like-
young cultures. These are all still pretty young, man. But it's interesting thoughts. But that's what a lot of this kind of stuff is teaching you. It's like when you realize all this shit's made up, it brings you closer to the truth. And the truth is, like, you're just a person. You're aware. You're existing. You know what the famous now? The flat earthers now. There's a lot of flat earthers going on.
What do you think about that, bro?
What do I think about the flat earth?
The flat Earth, bro. Yeah,
I don't know. I see where they're coming from. Like,
it's
in terms of like questioning everything. Like, there's people who will not believe a word you say, and they're like, "Oh, I see that it's flat, so it must be flat." But then I don't know. I've never been a math guy, but I know that I'm sure with math, there's ways that it just works.
Yeah.
Like that it's
with that
a
shit, bro.
globe, But I'm not the biggest math guy, so I'm not over here saying either here nor there.
And for people that agree with it or not, what difference does it make, bro? Like
You're still
bro,
here. Bro.
you're still here, bro. Like, what difference does it make if it's round or flat, bro? Like, god damn, bro. Like, who gives a shit, bro?
That's true, bro. I never
Yeah.
I never questioned that because for me, yeah, like you said, it doesn't really make a difference.
Bruh.
The world functions how it functions. People do what they do. Whatever works. I mean,
If it doesn't make a difference in my life, bro, like I don't really give
don't
a fuck
matter.
about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I agree with that. I think I agree with that.
and
too.
everybody. I mean, I don't. It's good that you have your own opinion, but yeah, it's like if it doesn't make you a better person or it doesn't help you in life, who gives a shit about it?
That's
bro?
That's a good point.
Who gives a shit about it? Because you're already worried about paying bills and all this other shit. Who gives a fuck about like if the earth is round, bro? Like who cares? Like just focus on yourself, like that politician shit too, bro. Who gives a shit about if you're red or blue? Like it's like a game, bro. Like you said,
Yeah.
entertainment, bro. Like sports, it's all a fucking
It's
game,
all just
bro.
a game.
It's the same shit in life, bro. If you
It's like
take
the
it
movie
that,
Truman Show. Have you seen Truman Show?
no,
No. Oh man, you gotta watch that one. That's a good movie. It's a Jim Carrey back in the day. Basically, his whole life is I don't know. I forget the movie, but his whole life is basically on a movie stage, and he eventually realizes it. Like he lives the same day over and over again, and the same people pass at the same time, and he's like, wait a second, everything is like the same shit, and he's like, what? And then eventually he realizes it's all a big TV show, and he's the main guy.
Damn.
And he's like, oh my god, this whole time you guys were recording me and you guys are using me as reality TV. And basically his whole life is a big show that everybody in the world is watching, but he's the only one that doesn't know.
Damn.
And it's a pretty cool movie, bro.
That's pretty cool though. Like if you take it further for everybody that's listening too, bro, like you're the main character in your own life, bro.
Exactly.
It's the same shit, bro. Like you could think like there's people like recording you and stuff, but yeah, it's like you play out what you want to do, whatever you want to do, you know, good or bad. It's all like you're an actor, bro. I think that's why, man, theater. I learned some pretty cool things about theater. Is like a beautiful art because it brings out basically what people in life suffer or go through, and it's beautiful, and people just display it in like theater, bro.
Yeah.
And that's why it's cool watching like some plays, bro. Like
what did you learn about all the plays and stuff like in the theater school? Like what's a big takeaway that you remember like from one of those courses or classes?
The courses, damn, bro, it's a lot of work, bro. But people just think it's just all fun, bro.
It's all fun and games.
Yeah, it's all fun and games. Yeah, I mean, it's really not, bro. But like, well, I did emphasis, right? Emphasis theater. So
what does that mean?
That means that I studied like lighting, sound, acting, directing, stage management, all that. It was all that I learned.
Damn.
And then so when I took one of the acting classes, like I could understand, bro. Like actors freaking they put in a lot of work, bro, and it takes a lot of energy out of you, bro. Like that's just crazy as hell. But people just think, and sometimes people, some of these famous actors, they be thinking it's their life too, bro. So that's why they be going crazy, bro. They be on drugs and shit.
Like the method acting shit?
Yeah, because they stick to that role, and then they think it's them, bro, and they be on drugs, man. And some guys do take it so fucking serious, bro. Like they be playing that character the whole life, bro. They get fucked up.
Do you think that
bro.
exists still? Like, because nowadays it's all so cheap as made movies. It's like the cheapest movies, and I don't think the actors really put in that kind of work anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't feel like it. At least
I agree with you because I mean, man, when was the last time you seen a good movie, bro?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, they're just trying to pump them out. They don't want to. They don't want to like have an actor like really go into a role like that anymore. I don't even think a new actor would do that. You know, if you think about it.
Yeah, it's like they just want episodes now. That it's just all fucking. It's all money, bro. I feel like it's all. They
cash.
just want to make more money, and that's a sad part because when you see that, you don't see the real art of it, bro. You don't see the real talent that that you should be displaying when you see a movie, bro. It's like back then it wasn't all about fucking money, bro. Like in the 90s, if you see any of these movies, they're like legit, bro. Like you go back, you be thinking of, you put a smile to your face, bro, just thinking about a good movie, man.
Bro,
you know,
that's true.
And I don't know about these Gen Zs or whatever, like this generation, bro, but like I don't know which movie fucking puts a smile to my face nowadays, bro. It's all I just think about. Like it's like they just try to make TV shows, bro. Like,
Yeah, they're not even that good.
episodes, bro.
The
like,
bar is so low too, huh?
Going back, Mexico was like the top for cinema.
Oh,
Mexico was back. Like they had the rancheras, bro. Like even that had like the famous singers, like Vicente Fernandez and then they had them in. I don't know if you guys ever seen the old school Mexican cinemas, but they had even like horror. They had everything, bro. Drama, horror, but I love their horrors. And if you go back, bro, you'd be like, damn, that was a work of art, bro. Like they put so much effort into it.
They did have some of the best ones, huh?
Yeah, bro. And they're number one at the top. Like they were, and then Hollywood like copied them, bro. And then fucking, I don't know what happened to like the Mexican shit, bro. But they just be making novelas now, bro. Like, you know. But Mexico, like, they were at the top, bro. Like even the fucking Mexican invented the first color TV, bro. And they can't say nothing about that, bro. And then after that, they just took over, bro. Like they thought they took over, bro.
And we didn't even learn about that too back in school.
Yeah,
we don't
bro.
learn about none of this.
Yeah, and then we went to what is it? More
Study
Latinos, bro.
Yeah, yeah, it's true, huh?
More fucking Latinos, bro.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, bro.
I'm sure it probably changed now, bro. You know,
Maybe so. Maybe. Hopefully.
Because I did take some Mexican American classes, bro.
Oh yeah,
I
what
did.
did you? What's some takeaways from those?
I mean, we just learned about fucking the Aztecs too, bro. Like different. Yeah, we had a teacher, and she fucking. She was like, rate my professor, bro. You go on there, and you know how
she had the ratings.
Yeah, the ratings. She's the best one, and she was she went to UCI, but she was really fucking proud to be Mexican American, bro. Like she to the max, bro. She would even when she would go into class, bro. She would even have like a nice dress with the Aztec symbols way, like she was like that, bro. Like really proud, and she was like, I know I look güerita, but she was really smart, bro. Like really smart. She was like, but I didn't understand why the fuck. Like she would always I forgot her name, but when we had like stupid little exams and quizzes, bro, and we would have to literally we couldn't misspell that leech gland or whatever the fuck, bro. I'm like, bro, that's a nightmare for me, bro. God damn, bro. Like, how the fuck am I gonna pass this shit, bro? Like, all these fucking goddamn fucking days, bro. I'm like,
all the now what,
bro, yeah, bro. I'm like, ain't no way, bro. Save my life, bro.
That's like a dyslexic's nightmare.
Fuck yeah,
dyslexia
God
nightmare.
Damn, bro. Fuck yeah, bro. I'm like, oh hell no, bro. You know. But anyways, I mean, she was really proud. But
that's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, what do you think about that too, bro?
Man, well, I think
did you take any
the Chicano studies? Yeah, I did. I think I really like those classes. Chicano studies. I took like Mexican art history, all that kind of stuff. You learn a lot of like really good shit, and the teachers are always like really interesting people because they're like so into it, so into the history, and they're really smart, and knowledgeable about everything. But they do teach you like a shitload of topics that you never even touch on in school.
Exactly.
In regular school, I guess you can say, like before that, high school, growing up, man, they teach you so much stuff. Like there's this whole, they sterilize a lot of Mexican women and indigenous and Puerto Rican women. It was like a genetic program, like to try to stop them from making babies, basically.
Damn, no way.
There was a whole program for a long time.
Damn.
And it was against their will. And you know, little things like that we never hear about. That's the kind of stuff that you learn in those classes, and it's pretty dope. And going back on that, on your theater stuff, like, is there any techniques that you remember from that? Like, I remember you mentioned something about like a lucid body or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, bro. Out of all the classes, that was like my favorite one, and I think his name was what's Mr. Brown or some shit like that, bro. But that was like probably the best teacher that I've taken ever, bro. And I think he's like an acting teacher too. He has like a program, and yeah, it's a lucid body, bro. And I think he has it on YouTube. Like like a clip of how to do it, basically. But it's better if you get an acting coach.
It's like almost like meditation.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly that. And yeah, you got to do a couple like breathing exercises, and you got to do like you got to kind of be out of not be thinking too much, bro. So that's like the warm up. So like you're walking, not like you can't basically think for like a couple minutes. Like just focus on your body, whatever the fuck, and breathe, do all these breath, and then just if you want to lash out, you lash out, like scream and do all that shit, bro, and all that energy, and it'll just turn you into something else, bro. Like real? Yeah, and that's what a lot of good actors, I think, do, bro. Like they'll get into that. Though it's like a warm up, basically, bro. If you're going to the gym, you kind of warm up, right? You warm up your muscles, but this is you warm up with your mind. You know, you just keep doing that, and you get into that character, bro. And it's just like, yeah, it really works, bro. Like, but basically, going back to the actors, bro, they get into that character, and it's just like something comes out of you, bro. It's like a spirit, bro.
So it's like almost you get possessed, or you channel something,
some shit. Yes, yeah, bro. Like all the. Yeah, it's like say you like you're playing with the fucking Ouija board or some shit, bro.
Holy shit.
I would think something like that, bro. Because it's not really you, bro. Because yeah, because when I did that technique, I'm like, holy fuck, like, and I used it one time too, bro. Like I was at a party, bro, and and I suck at dancing, bro. But like I'm like, man, I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be thinking of that it's me, bro. It's a different person, and I wasn't drinking or anything, bro. So I'm like, man, it's just straight up soberness, bro. And that technique and that method that was so sharp and clean at the moment, like it was fresh. It was fresh. And then I'm like, I'm gonna use this technique. Let's see if it works or not. And I just freaking like, people were like, man, dude, how the fuck you're like a badass dancer, bro?
Yeah,
like,
you just started.
But like, yeah, I was just like not really thinking about it, bro. It's like so if I was hypnotized, basically.
Oh, so you hypnotize yourself almost.
Something like
Holy
that,
shit.
bro. Something like that, bro. Like, trust me. I mean, and it takes a lot for you to do that because you just get out of your mind, bro.
That's
and
fact.
it's like a 10 minute, 15-minute warm up. But when you're completely done with it, you're like, man, I'm ready for anything, bro.
Holy shit. It's
And
like
I feel like
15-minute meditation almost.
yeah.
Holy
It's like
shit.
a 10-minute meditation, bro. And you feel like a fucking monster, bro. Like
Holy shit.
you could take like almost any role.
Well, you mentioned the lucid body technique. I never really got into it, but yeah, it does seem like a whole meditation almost.
Yeah, the professor name, I think his name was Kennedy Brown, bro.
Kennedy
I think
Brown.
yeah, if they search him up on Google, you even he's an acting coach too, bro.
Bro, what do you think about acting with? I mean, for me, acting was always really hard, bro. I've always had a whole problem like acting. Or
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a problem, but I always had like a whole thing about acting. Like I never thought that came naturally to me.
Yeah,
But if once you look into all the acting stuff, like there's so many different methods and techniques and shit like that. Like how many did you come across like looking
damn,
up on
bro.
that
Like
kind of stuff?
what I noticed like about myself, bro. Like the more I practice it, I can master it, bro. Like anything, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I've
true.
noticed that some about me, bro. Either if it's like athletic wise or that, because for the acting thing, bro, like if I went to Cal State Fullerton and you have to get approved basically
Yeah.
by the acting teachers and some other bullshit, bro. But like there's people crying out basically when they go to auditions because they tell you right there that you made it or not,
Holy
bro.
shit. So it's like
So,
that.
Yeah, they're really well known, bro. They're well known too for the theater department, bro, and acting. But I didn't want to do the acting part, but you had an audition and they liked you or you didn't, bro. So I got they're like, oh yeah, you made it, but to me it was just like, the fuck, I'm in the class, bro. Like, cool. Like, I mean, I did a good job. Like, yeah, these fools be studying this shit forever. I mean, I guess I'm pretty decent at it or some shit, bro. Like,
Damn, so
or
you
some-
really made it in there?
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Above all the damn.
yeah,
You
I was nervous as fuck,
holy
bro.
shit.
And it takes me back to that moment, bro. Like I was hella nervous, bro. Like I didn't even want to do it, to be honest. Like even like I had the date going that night, bro. I was just like, man, fuck this. I ain't trying to do this, bro. But then at the same time, it was myself, bro. The evil
You're
part, bro. Like,
psyching out yourself out?
yeah, psyching yourself out, and you're like, nah, bro. Like, man, I don't need to go to this school. Fuck this shit. Like all the negative, bro. And it was beating it, bro. Like, but then something told me, like, man, you kind of like went this far for nothing, bro. You know, I was
Yeah.
like, it was going back and forth, bro. So I'm just like, man, fuck this. So I was like, I studied a monologue I did, and it's like one of my favorite ones, bro. And then anyways, yeah, I waited fucking couple like hours, bro. And then they call my name, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, you're." So it's like that fucking. I'm already like
You got
nervous,
the
bro. Like,
clammy hands, or the
yeah,
sweaty
bro.
hands?
Like just thinking about that moment, and they're like, "All right, you're next." It's just you're next, bro, in front of all these people, bro. Like either you're gonna go to the school or not,
It's like,
basically,
sink
bro.
or swim.
Like yeah, like or we're gonna do something else, basically like that, bro.
Holy shit.
So I was just like, man, I didn't really think about all that, bro. I'm like, man, I could do something else, bro. Like, don't put all that pressure. Don't be thinking like, oh, this is the last opportunity I'm gonna get. Because if you do that at that moment, you're gonna fuck up, bro. You're gonna fuck up. Like for everybody that's still listening, don't think like, oh yeah, this is my last thing,
My
bro.
only
Like,
shot.
yeah, my only shot, my last shot in life, basically, bro.
It's a wrap for you,
bro. Like, yeah, if you think like that, you're gonna fuck up.
Basically.
Sometimes. But for the most part, you put more fucking pressure on yourself Well, you're not. Don't even do that, bro. Like
That makes sense, man.
you could just put that on the side and be like, you know what? I could do something else. I mean, that's what I do, bro. When I'm like super pressured,
Yeah.
I'll be like, man, I'll just go another route. I'll do something else, and then it alleviates less pressure, bro. So
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. Now I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm like free, bro. It's like I'm playing now. Now I'm playing, bro.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true. The best attitude is always going to be a playful attitude, you know?
Yeah, bro.
That's what they say.
exactly, yeah,
Gotta play, have fun.
exactly, yeah. And even when I play soccer on Sundays, bro, recreational thing. Everybody's just like, oh yeah, we gotta win. And then even if like we'll be playing like the championships, it's like if you think too much of like, oh, I gotta
Beat somebody.
I gotta score. Oh yeah, we gotta beat this team. If you do that, you kind of ruin the moment because you're not fully playing, bro.
That's true, man. That's
And-
100% true.
Yeah. So and if you just tell yourself, and I always tell myself, I'm like, bro, I'm just having fun.
It's like my day off.
It's a scrimmage to me.
scrimmaging.
Yeah,
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
World
yeah,
Cup
yeah.
right
It's
here,
like
bro.
psychology shit, bro. For everybody still listening, bro.
Yeah.
Play like that, bro. Play like that. So there's not all that. And then you play way better, bro.
That's
I don't know if all these athletes be doing that because I know they be paying a lot of they be paying mental coaches and they'll be paying mental coaches like crazy, bro. And then
hypnotists
yeah, bro. And then you could just be like, it's plain and simple, bro. You're
having fun, playful.
Yeah, exactly. For everybody's, and that could just be not just in sports. It could be anything in life, bro. Like even going back to my
podcast, it's everything.
yeah,
man.
bro.
Just having-
Yeah, just fucking have fun, bro. And yeah, and don't ruin that moment. It's like so going back to that playing soccer or whatever. It's like the championship. Like don't focus too much on like, oh yeah, it's a championship. Nah, bro. Like yeah, you're having fun. And whatever happens, but you're still gonna be alive, bro.
That's
You know,
a
it's
fact.
not the last. You're not gonna win no $100,000, bro. You know, just have fun with it and make it a good memory. That's the thing, bro. Always make it a memory, so you can look back at it and be like, damn, I did that at that moment because I wasn't too pressured. But anyways, going back to that school shit too, bro. Like, so, oh yeah, you're next, and I was just like, fuck, yeah. Like I was like so nervous, bro. I'm like, man, am I gonna fuck up? And I didn't, bro. I was like, I'm like, you know what? Just you could do something else, but we're already here. And I literally just wanted to get out of the door, bro. Like get the fuck out, bro. That shit was crazy. All right, boom. I just hear the
go
door,
time,
the
basically.
door open, bro. My heart's already racing, bro. I was like, yeah, the door's open, and like, all right, you're next. And I just see, and it was like the spotlight, bro. Boom. And then I was just like, fuck it, just do your thing, bro. And that's it. At that moment. And sometimes, for me, when you have that much pressure, I'll have the most fun as well too, bro.
Oh, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah, so like as soon as I talk myself into like, oh yeah, this is not the only thing in life, it's something else, it could be something else. And I think that I just throw it in the trash, bro. And then when I get into whatever the fuck I'm gonna do, I just lay it out, bro. Fuck it. Whatever happens, bro.
That's true.
So that's when the best moments come in life. They like me, bro. And they're like, all right, you could take their approval shit. Focus on fuck about that shit too. As you get older, you notice more about like
Your quality.
your qualities, bro, in life. Like, are you good at this? You're good at that. How long does it take you to get to master this shit and that,
Holy
bro?
shit.
You know? What do you think about all that, bro? Like,
Well, I think you're right, bro. I think I had a similar experience. I had a similar thing happen when I was growing up. I remember when I was in my early teenage years, like high school, I used to play a lot of soccer, a lot of teams and tournaments. And I remember I got obsessed with soccer because I started playing FIFA. I used to hate it. I used to hate soccer so much. But I started playing FIFA. I don't know. I think I got a demo thing and I started playing that shit. I loved it. I got obsessed with that game. I would play it like 24/7.
yeah,
And then I was like, you know what? I was like 10 years old at the time. I'm like, you know what? It would probably be funner to play this in real life. So then I started playing everywhere. So I would carry a ball with me everywhere I went. I'll just play soccer out every single day. And I just became super obsessed with it. And at first you're bad at it, obviously. So I was super bad. But I didn't care. I was just having fun. Like you said, like I didn't care about being terrible. I had fun. But then eventually being so obsessed with something, you get kind of good. And especially like at that young age, I was just so into it that I got to a level where I was pretty good. And when I would go play against people, I realized that I was doing a lot better. That made me start to realize, oh shit, I'm pretty good at this. And then like I started getting coaches call me up and like, oh, come to this tournament, come to this. And then all this stuff started happening and I was having fun and just having fun. I was good. But then it got to a point where you start meeting other people that are good. And then you're a young guy and your ego takes in and you're like, man. So it eventually became to the point where every time I would step foot into a game, like I would just look for the best player. And I'll be so obsessed with like beating him in some way. It wasn't good. I understand that mentality because I was obviously a kid, but I understand the obsessive mentality where I'm just like, man, I just need to beat this guy. I need to humiliate this guy. And
I get you.
I just got super, super dark and obsessed with that. It got to a point where it wasn't fun anymore. So then I just stopped going. Like I'm like, I'm not really enjoying this. Like I'm doing pretty well, but I'm not enjoying this whole game. Like,
because
I'm too intense. It's too much like intensity, like
the ego, bro.
Yeah, that ego is eating me up, and then it's like you're afraid to mess up at that point too, especially as a young kid.
Yeah,
and then you don't know how to handle all that. So I think, it's a whole mental turmoil because it wasn't about playing, because playing is fun. Like when I would just be lighthearted playing, I was like super, like I felt like amazing, like it felt like magic almost. But when I was so intense, like I was just so afraid to mess up that it took the fun out of it, and it sucked the whole fun out of it. And then I just stopped playing for like months to a year. I just didn't care about the game, bro. And then that whole thing was just a good experience for me, for like realizing like, holy shit, like that mentality, that approach in life. A lot of people are fueled by that approach of like, they pick somebody out, that's somebody I'm going to beat, that's somebody I'm going to be better than. And to a lot of people, that's what they use. But I think the best approach is to just, pick something that you're obsessed with and you have fun with, and just keep having fun with it to your maximum abilities.
Exactly.
Like, because if you just say it from that perspective, you're going to still be as good as you're going to be. And you're not going to be, it's not going to be this whole other shit. You just go to the best you can go.
Damn, bro.
That
makes a lot of sense.
You focus on
bro.
yourself. You're your own competition. You stretch your capabilities to the maximum while still having fun. I think that's the best approach. And I think when you bring that back into your life, and anything you do, I think that's the best thing. Because once you start comparing and you start saying, this guy's doing better than me, this guy's doing this, you lose all the fun out of it. You like psych yourself out. It's like
basically, yeah, bro.
You kind of suck.
You're never happy.
The life out of it. Yeah,
you'll never be happy, bro.
Yeah. So I learned that at that age, and soccer didn't end up being shit, especially not in America. But I had bad grades. I didn't give a shit.
I did too, bro.
It was just it's a funny experience that I had, that I remember vividly remembering. Like just as a kid, I remember like, man, this shit is not fun anymore. Like I just remember that, and I was like, that tripped me out too, because it's like one of the funnest things to do is to play a game that you like.
Exactly.
And the second it becomes not fun, you're like, holy shit, what's this? But yeah, that's true. That brings it back to that point, bro, because it's pretty interesting.
The competitor shit, bro.
Yeah, I understand it, but I think there's healthier ways to push yourself,
Yeah, bro. Damn. And I wrestled too, bro. I wrestled in the high school and college, bro. And it's like the opposite a little bit to me, because when you wrestle someone, obviously you gotta, it's just two people, bro.
One.
Yeah. 1 versus 1. And there's gotta be a level of competition, because you don't want, like, in wrestling, but bro, like if fucking boxing, the same thing, boxing, Muay Thai, whatever, you have to be better than this guy, because if not, he's gonna whip your ass, bro.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then so in that aspect is just like but at the same time, that's why you got to be humble, bro. That's the humbling part of it. Like, because I did Muay Thai too. I did a few fucking amateur fights, and obviously you have it's not your ego, bro. It's like what for my display of it would be like, all right, you're gonna go in the ring and you're gonna face a guy that's gonna try to kill your ass, bro. He's gonna try to hurt you. So you gotta be like thinking in your head too that I'm better than this guy. It's like a mental thing too, bro. Like, I'm better than this guy. Like, there's no way he's gonna beat me, right? So it's kind of like that ego too, bro. But it's actually good that you kind of think like that, because if you don't, bro, he's gonna fucking beat your ass and you're gonna feel like shit, right?
Yeah, I agree. I see that point.
So
Like I see the way. I see the point.
But it's like yeah, that's how like we that's they taught us that, and then but at the same time, you're really humble, bro. Like you're not better than anybody. You're all the fucking same, basically, bro.
Yeah.
You know, we're all the same, but it's just like that art teaches you how to respect and humble yourself, bro.
Yeah.
And there's like that ego that's just like, bro, like put that aside, bro.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just the young brain at the time. For me, it's the young brain that's not capable of really understanding that. Like nowadays, I understand it. Like nowadays, if I go into something where it's a game and that the point is the game is to win it. You know, obviously, if you're playing a game, is you want to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So and then you could, you know, focus your mind in a way where it's like, okay, I'm gonna make my effort to win this game. But I think when you're so young and like immature, that turns into a very dark thing. Like, and it eats you up a little bit too. And I think a lot of people, they live like that, and that eats them up in a way too, because they're still maybe they don't know how to handle that competitiveness and turn it into a healthy way. Because a lot, even if somebody's successful and they attribute it to that competitiveness, I think a lot of these people's lives are actually kind of strange because they can't really be around people.
Yeah, like Tiger Woods, bro.
Yeah, they can't be around people. They're addicted to any kind of competition. Like I know they say Michael Jordan he would try to compete with people on coin tosses and like bullshit, like just obsessed with winning. You know, it's like, and I've met people like that, and they're not pleasant to be around. You know, they're not like they don't seem even normal. They seem very like strange, and you could still say, oh, they're successful, they're this and that, and they have money and this and that. But you know, I've been around a lot of people with money that I would not want to be. You know,
yeah, exactly.
There's plenty of people out there you could point out that have a lot of money, and I wouldn't be them. You know, I do not want to be them.
I wouldn't be around them.
Yeah, so it's like you don't want to be them, you don't want to be around them. So it's like just because somebody has certain things they could dangle on your face doesn't mean you want to be like them. You know,
exactly.
And that's just I think in the young brain. It didn't work for me, but now I do see your point. I think you're right, because you have to want to win when you play a game. You have to want to win. You have to have the hunger and convince yourself in the moment.
Exactly,
and then be able to like take the loss if you lose, and then just still keep your feet on the ground, not be a crazy person.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And at the same time, it's like for all these like youngsters too, bro. Like even 10-year-olds or 14-year-olds that are because my nephew plays baseball, and you see these parents, bro. They're telling them like. I mean, they're like, nah, you got to do this play. Like, and you just, like, I'm like in my head, like, fuck, for like, no, it's just a fucking game, bro. But, and then, yeah, and the kid, you could literally just see the kids, they're so nervous to even freaking bat, bro. Cause they're like, oh, I can't fuck up. Like, and they're not even having fun anymore, bro.
Yeah. And that's
just
the point
like,
to have fun.
Yeah. It's just like, bro, if you want to make these fools the next fucking whatever, bro, like, just, nah, bro. That's like you know, do your own shit, bro. But yeah, that's always I always see, and then these kids be crying too, bro. And I'm like, they're not definitely having fun, and that's the sad part about that. But yeah, you're always gonna have some parents like that. But it's just like, yeah, bro. What are you gonna win out of this, bro? But at the same time, bro, like even if you put your kid, bro, like if you take it that far as a parent, like strict. You can't miss a ball, bro. Like, you could get them the best baseball coach ever, but in their journey, they could still fuck up, bro. Like, you know, they're gonna go somewhere else, bro. We know todo valimos verga. Like, it's up. Like, you could get so many fucking coaches to a kid, bro, and you want him to do this and that, but he has his own journey, bro. He's not gonna listen to you, bro.
Yeah,
but. It's like one in a dime, bro, that'll be taking it that far, like Michael Jackson. But look at that shit, bro.
Oh, you're Michael Jackson, too.
Look at that shit, bro. The Jackson brothers.
The Jackson 5?
Yeah.
The dad, you know how the dad had them all like a bunch of slaves, bro?
Hell yeah.
Shit, bro.
Damn,
that's
bro.
wild. What do you think about that?
And then he said he didn't even grow, like, all of them, bro. Like, they didn't even
have a childhood?
Yeah, a childhood, bro. Just imagine that shit. He was just focused and, like, no, every day you gotta. Like I don't even know how. Like after school, you gotta play the drums.
5
you
hours.
gotta sing, bro.
Fucking
Yeah,
sing 5 hours. They're good too, but
yeah, they're really good. But yeah,
I mean, actually, they were all good. No, they're all pretty good.
Tito and all them, yeah, they're all good. But obviously,
At what cost?
only one, bro. Like Michael Jackson. And at the end of the day, bro, when he died, they were fucking fighting over the money after this fool was dead, but they didn't even care about him, man. Just imagine that shit, bro.
That was a classic right there, bro. That's a classic.
That shows you right there. That's a whole movie right there, bro.
That's a classic family story right there.
Right there. Damn. Life all around, bro.
Why does everybody has the same shit going on in their families? Everybody has the same issues, huh?
Look at that, bro. Like, and some families are more greedier than other, bro. And the debt, and yeah, and that it sucks for that dude because I don't even know what the fuck that fool Michael Jackson went through, bro. But like,
there's this theory about him. That
what is it, bro?
Well, you know how there's a theory about how he was supposed to be the biggest pedophile ever.
Yeah.
There's another one that says that the opposite is true. Like they say that he was like probably like a really decent person, I guess, because if you think the media lies to you, obviously the media. You know how media switched on Dave Chappelle when he wanted to do his shit.
Yeah.
So they're saying that when Michael Jackson wanted to own. I guess he owned, I don't know the specifics, but he owned a shitload of music. I think he owned the Beatles music. I think he owned
the producer,
like the records or some shit. Like he owned all this kind of shit for the Beatles and all this. He had so much money to spend.
Damn, I didn't know that.
That somewhere along the politics of that I guess some companies involved they basically want to take him out or take all his ownership of all that shit. And so they just ran this whole campaign against him and made him into this big weirdo. But if you look at how the media was kind of fueling that, you realize like, holy shit. And that was back in the day before like the internet took off. Like that means that the people controlling the media were really the ones who were in charge of the narrative, like in charge of what people think, you know?
Exactly.
Nowadays we have the internet, so we have a little bit more freedom of we can choose what we want to watch, and it's not just one company or three companies that are controlling cable TV and everything like that. But back in the day, it was just a few companies, and they're all like, "Man, we're against him now. Let's turn him into a weirdo." Basically, yeah. So they're saying that he probably was a decent dude. He probably was an honest guy, and maybe just had a fucked up childhood and turned into a weirdo, a little bit a strange guy. But maybe he wasn't like all the shit that they say. That's the theory, but. Who knows? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's still kind of weird for a grown man to be hanging around kids like that, but
that's true, bro. Yeah, that is pretty fucking weird.
I got no dog in the fire.
That is true.
I'm just saying these are theories going around, and what I'm saying is I don't really believe anyone. Basically,
I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I can't believe the media. I can't believe all this other shit.
Yeah,
but it's just an interesting thing that the people say about him that. You know, maybe it was a whole campaign against them, kind of like what they did with Chappelle shit. But that's it don't really matter. I don't really give a fuck what they do, man.
Yeah, like I said, we said in the beginning, bro. If it doesn't make your life better, because I'm fuck, bro. You know?
We're just bullshitting.
All that bullshitting, gossiping, on that shit.
We're just bullshitting, having fun right here, man.
Hell yeah,
if
man.
we say anything that is useful to you, bro, you can use it. If we say just bullshit, just
also
don't use that shit.
Yeah, also comment your favorite speeches or your favorite phrases from different from your life or anybody famous on Foo-ology, bro.
Yeah, and reach out to us, bro. Yeah. Make sure to reach out, hit the DMs.
Yeah, bro. We have that emails. That one dude, bro.
We had a dude that reached out to who DM'd me today.
That's crazy, bro.
Maybe it would be a good interview. Well, we had a lot of people reaching out for interviews and all this kind of stuff. So we had a bunch of stuff coming in the
pretty cool, bro.
Near future. And this dude seems like he has an interesting background. I'm gonna have to hit him back up tomorrow. But bro, that shit
you got some OnlyFans girls wanting to interview you.
Get some interviews. We got all types of people, bro. But
OnlyFans. That's like dumb as shit.
Yeah, make sure to hit us up.
Bro, where did that shit come from though, bro? OnlyFans, bro. No, obviously. Where the fuck did that shit come through, bro? Like
it was a good idea, but what it turned into.
And all these girls be selling their pussy out for like $10 for $10.99, bro.
$5.99, probably.
10 or fucking $3.99, bro. No, mom.
Oh, you know what? that brings us back to the culture thing that we were going to talk about.
Yeah,
How,
bro. Which one, bro?
The two big figures for the culture, the modern culture. What do you think those would be if you had to guess?
Like for America or what, bro?
Yeah, for our modern culture, I think the two big symbols I would say, if you look at men and look at women, what women want to be and what men want to be nowadays, or your average girl, your average guy, I think a good symbol for a couple you could see would be for men would be the Andrew Tate, right? And then for women would be Kim Kardashian, because there would be the most. I think those are the most like influential figures that really people want to emulate. You know, But if you look at it, they'd be like they're made for each other almost. I think a person like that, they create each other. You know, like that personality of somebody like Andrew Tate would create their opposite. Like a feminine version of them would be Kim Kardashian, and the masculine version of Kim K would be Andrew Tate. You know, like they're made for each other. You know? And it's funny how those are the two biggest figures for one for women and one for men, and it's almost like they're the exact mirror of each other. You know what I mean?
Not Kanye West, bro.
Nah, I don't think. I think he's on the outskirts.
This fool on some other shit, right?
Oh man!
But that's true, bro. Like, yeah, I never thought about that. Just imagine if they dated and shit, bro. Like,
I think they make a good couple because they're like the male and female version of each other almost. Like if Tate was a girl, he would be Kim K. If Kim K was a guy, he'd be Tate.
That's crazy how fucking Kim Kardashian got famous too, bro. Her fucking mom pipped her out, bro.
Yeah,
and she got famous.
And your boy Tate got famous for pipping these.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. How ironic, bro. Right?
Yeah, they're made
That's
for
crazy.
each other.
So, bro, that's crazy how this world works.
Just look how sick the culture is that those are your idols.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to America, where
the backward culture. Bro.
Damn, bro. Yeah, I never thought about like who's if you go to Africa, bro, or fucking New Zealand, who are their like famous people, bro? Like
I think it's the Americans leads the world with the culture, or with their
the
idols
whole thing,
almost,
right?
huh?
Yeah, if I guess everybody does want to be American, bro, because
they watch all
like
the
basically
movies.
when you make it in America, you make it everywhere, bro, right?
Damn. What about if you make it in New York, bro? Then you make it double
Make it
everywhere,
bro.
and you go anywhere in the universe.
If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. We got fucking Jay-Z records up here, bro.
So Alicia Keys. Holy shit, man. All right, man. We got a good amount of time, man. We got like an hour to change it. You want to end it off on a good subject? Or
yeah, no, well, everybody just keep showing love to our channel, bro. Like we see a lot of growth in a matter of how long has it been, bro?
Just a few months, 2 months.
You be putting in that good work,
February,
my boy.
Man,
but
we be
just imagine, bro.
Up, man. We be showing up,
bro. That's crazy as hell, bro. Just like that, and just keep striving, bro.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, this was a good episode, man. I enjoyed this, and then we've been hitting the clips out, and make sure to tap in with us and hit
also,
follow.
Yeah, also follow, like, send it to your buddies, like always. Always show that love, you know.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what we're all about, bro. We're always
having a good time,
and just keep thinking for yourself, bro. Don't be getting into these stupid debates, bro. Like you're red or blue, whatever, you know, the fuck, bro. Just focus on yourself. This channel is like focus on your damn self, bro.
That's a fact, right? That's a good one right there.
Yeah, this channel is just focus on yourself and make yourself the best person you can be in this planet, bro.
Exactly.
Who gives a fuck about this other bullshit, bro? This is just like all entertainment, bro. All entertainment purposes here, bro.
That's funny, bro. All right, man. So yeah, just make sure to hit follow and then reach out if you want with some questions, with some feedback, whatever, bro. I mean, we got a lot of DMs going on. People want to get interviewed, this and that.
Yeah,
you know. That's it
cool,
for today, man.
Yeah. Peace out, people.
Peace.